Hey, it's Deanna and Justin.
Hello.
Oh, I gotta turn that down.
All right, liar, liar. Here we
Right
go.
in my ear.
I know mine was super loud too. Right now it's super low.
So, National Teacher Day is coming up soon.
Yes, I had a teacher. She was like a long-term sub, and my buddy farted in class, and she told him to go check himself, and then peeled an orange and spread the orange peels around the room to disperse the smell.
I had a seventh grade teacher who was a huge Atlanta Braves fan.
Yeah.
'Cause she was from Atlanta. And the year that they were in the World Series, they lost a game, and she was so upset. She came into school the next day and punished us all and made us just write essays for hours.
We'll tell you the answer at the end. I was looking for a remote record label job that I could do from home, and I went through this whole process of putting my name in, and then at the end it told me it was Christian rock,
Oh,
and I was like, my first
I
reaction,
can't get away.
my first reaction was like, "Whoa, this is not what I wanted," and then I was like, "Well, like I used to listen to a lot of screamo, and then when you get older, you realize they were all Christian bands when you finally read the lyrics."
Yeah, like Amberlin.
Yeah, and like Creed they're not a Christian band, but everybody was like, they're probably, and then also Lauren Daigle, who I have an extreme crush upon. And so I was like, okay, not too bad, but like I don't have to, if they're like, hey, can you do this from home? I'm gonna like fake my way through it because I
Whatever.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if I can name any Christian artists besides Lauren Daigle. I did get into
Oh,
my TikTok became like worship songs, and
yeah.
there's this one guy, and the song's a banger. I don't relate to it, but it is a banger of
There's
a
a
song.
lot of really good Christian rock out
I
there.
know. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a lane that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
And if you're from Universal, don't listen to this. But yeah, I could like. I could get into it. I mean, it's the thing with that music is it's all Nashville produced. It's all
Mhm.
Nashville artists. It's all session
Right.
musicians. So they got some bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Gift of Finest Wheat. We got like
Right.
we got some other ones.
These aren't your hymns and psalms.
No,
These
they're
are like,
more veiled.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. They're more veiled than just like just saying outright the
Yeah.
things that church says. But yeah, so I was like, all right. And at the end, it's like, thank you for applying to Universal Christian Music. And I went, no.
I love it.
I'm like, all I want is a part-time job.
We went and we went to see this new brewery that was opening in town, in
Do
Doylestown.
they have lights hanging from the ceiling?
No.
Edison bulbs and stools.
It was more like a tap room than a brewery. It's because it's the brewery's second location.
Okay.
They have one nearby, and
They
they
all kinda
opened
look
a
the
new
same.
one.
That's why I say that.
Yeah, and it was very empty on the inside. You know, you could see like the little silos in the back, but through the window. But there wasn't, like much going on there. So we didn't stay too long, but we stayed long enough for my mom to get a little tipsy. And
Well, like brewery beers are like, some of them creep up on 9-10%.
well, she was drinking ciders, which you wouldn't think is
Well, they're
that
gluten free.
heavy, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
why she has to drink them. So anyway, we leave and we walk to this other bar about a block away, and we go and sit down at the bar there, and she gets a drink, and she goes to text.
Like booze drink. Or she get
What
another
was
cider.
she drinking? No, I think she got another cider.
Okay. I'm just making sure
Yeah.
we're not mixing.
Yeah, I think she got another cider. But she's texting someone, and then all of a sudden I get a text, and I thought she was like texting me something about Jacob, who's sitting right next to me.
Or someone else inside the restaurant.
I open up my text messages and it says, having drinks with the kids. I think I'm hammered.
Oh, no, she said the wrong. She was thinking of you.
I was like, Mom, you sent, who'd you mean to send this to?
Dude, do you double check your text messages when you're texting about somebody else?
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
I've
I
sent
do
them
now
before.
because I have definitely sent the text message to the wrong person before. But I'm like, so she meant to send that to a friend, obviously. And I was like, okay, give me your keys. Like, I'm driving you home.
I think I did that more in high school, just sending the wrong text. But also
Oh.
sometimes I just like puts some chaos in
I
my
do
life.
it. Yeah, I do it when I'm angry and I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
And like if somebody riles me up, and then I like go to text somebody else about the person who
My
riled
mom's
me up.
such a bee. Then she's like, what do you mean by this?
What?
Oh, I forgot to put the word bad bee in there. That's what
Yeah,
I'm calling
didn't
you,
mean to
Trish.
text you that.
Did I ever tell you my theory on breweries?
No.
The deeper the brewery is in the industrial park, the better the beer is going to be.
Huh.
because like there's places that just kind of open up for Instagram
I can agree
photos,
with that.
and you're like, this beer sucks.
Yeah.
If they don't care about if they pay less per square foot, the beer is better. There's a sliding scale.
Bucks County Brewery.
Is it
They're
an industrial
located in
thing?
like the back of an industrial
Yeah,
park,
they probably got the best
like
beer
a
there.
business park. They're great. I love
See?
that place.
That is my theory for it.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of aesthetically pleasing places,
Yeah.
and then you get the beer, and you're like, this beer tastes like the water that ran off the gravel driveway. I do not want to drink this beer. But then I go to one that's like next to a trucking place, and there's mulch
Yeah.
in barrels across the street.
Yeah.
And I have the beer, and I go, this is art. This is a poetic, hazy IPA that I would love to drink some more of. And if it's harder to buy the beer, too, like they don't have cans available,
Poetic
the beer's
hazy.
better.
Is
Yeah.
it the Taylor Swift beer, the Tortured Poets
Oh,
Department beer?
We got to pivot to Taylor Swift. I can't escape it because I called the album like pretty mid because it's her. Here's what I'd say to people: I'm like, it's her worst album. Like, you think it's bad? I'm like, no. I said it's her worst album. I didn't
Right.
say it was bad. It's not for me. It's for the Swifties. I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
But I've seen a lot
Different.
of people posting videos and things and saying like they had to give it a second listen.
I did listen to it twice. I was like, give me bangers only.
Okay.
The second half is better. Here's my little Taylor Swift rant because everybody on TikTok kind of Jack Antonoff is all right. Every song is
Okay.
same
Okay.
pacing, kind of the same melodic thing.
Yeah.
Nothing really.
It's like a low key beat.
They did it. She did it for the Swifties. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
This one was not for me. Give me Midnights. Give me 1989. Whoa, all day. Just bangers, dude. 22 banger.
I know we pivoted away from it, but I have something else brewery related to tell
Okay.
you. I have come across multiple posts from one particular brewery where they are making their policy very clear
Nope.
about having children
No,
in the
kids.
brewery.
I didn't take a picture of it the other day.
And supervision required. Like they're being very, very candid about it.
Yeah.
And they've posted several times on Instagram in the last couple weeks. And I'm like, oh, people must not be following the rules.
I think there's a different. If it's outdoors, I think it's different.
Yeah.
But like indoors, like it's still a restaurant. Like it's still a
Right.
place to be. Like you gotta
Yeah. It's still an establishment and it's not
a
like,
playground.
yeah, it's not a playground. It's not. Like I get that that parents still deserve to go out and bring their kids
Let me
to
tell you.
but you still have
all
to watch
parents
your
should drink.
kids. Like you
Yeah,
still have to
yeah.
watch them. You can't just
Yeah.
like assume that the brewery staff is going to watch them.
I mean, you gotta tip them better if they're gonna watch them. You know. I saw a place the other day. It was like, just please. The kids menu said supervision required.
Yeah.
Like I get that the place is an old house. I mean, it's
Like when I bring my
cool.
dog, I don't like let him off the leash and like, let him go run around and
That'd be
like greet
crazy.
people.
No, I mean they just do it naturally.
know?
People come up to you then.
Right.
Like,
you
"Let me pet
you
your
want to
dog."
yeah, you want to see my dog, you come to me.
Oh, there's a thing I have to ask you about. Speaking of like policies, the internet is divided on this one.
Oh gosh.
If you are dating somebody and you go on a trip, and one of you has TSA pre-check and the other doesn't,
Ooh.
where do you wait with the person who doesn't have TSA pre-check?
I saw this happen in the airport on the way back from Fort
No,
Myers.
really?
Yeah.
Was it a couple?
No, it was two girlfriends.
Okay.
One was TSA pre, one was not.
Yeah.
And so the one goes to go in TSA pre, and the other one stays in the regular line in front of us. And so the TSA pre friend goes, "Oh, you're not pre?" And she goes, "No, I'm not." She goes, "Well, then I'm not either." And she
Oh, it's a good friend.
went into line with her. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a couple, sorry you made an investment. Like, it's hard. You got to like apply and you got to go through a bunch of crap to get TSA pre-check. Like,
It's so worth
why
it.
am I going to stand with the pores? Like, why? I'm kidding.
I know.
peasants.
I think about it every time I'm in the airport, and then I forget immediately when I get home.
To apply for it.
Yeah.
You think, okay, like if you, now that you're like married, obviously, you would, if one of you got it, the other would probably
Right. We
get
have
it,
to
right?
both get it.
That's the commitment you make on day one. Do you promise to get TSA pre-check together? But if you're dating somebody, like a couple, let's say a year or two, like you're tripping, like maybe
Yeah.
not the first trip, but like couple in, like I got TSA pre-check, like I got the background check. They called me. I don't want to take my shoes off, and I paid I think it's $80. Paid the $80 as an investment. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting in line.
Here's the thing. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I would lie if I said I wouldn't want you to at least offer to stay in line with me. I probably wouldn't make you. I'd probably say, go to the bar and grab us a drink.
I'll tell you what. If you make somebody, it's probably not gonna last.
Yeah, but
Unless you can.
I mean,
love
but
people.
at least offer. Like, you know
That's
what?
fine.
You know
That's
what?
fine.
I'm gonna stay in line with you, babe. Like, I don't want you to be alone. I would be like, no, absolutely not. Go through the get a seat at the bar, get me a seat at the
Yeah.
bar, and order me a cocktail so it's ready when I get there.
Bar seats are a premium.
Yeah.
Certain times during the day at an airport, like you got to hunker down.
Yeah, it could come in handy dating somebody who's TSA pre when you're not.
Yeah, but if you're like, we're gonna go on a trip and I have it, then you should probably get it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that would be silly
Internet's very divided.
to not get it.
I will say this.
Why are they divided?
Well, I've only heard women on podcasts talk about it. They're like, if your boyfriend is pre-check and you don't, and he doesn't wait with you, he's not the one. So what should I say? I would try to say, just get it.
Yeah.
It's not hard to get.
Yeah, stop making things difficult.
Yeah, that's just, you're being difficult.
Stop making things difficult.
I stayed at a Motel 6 over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Did they leave the light on?
No, that's the first joke I made. Damn it. I walk into the room of the Motel 6, and it's completely dark. And I'm with my college buddy, and I go, dude, what's up with this? And he goes, what? They leave the light on for us.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the whole point of staying here. It's also $120 a night. Not bad. It was very clean. I was like, the review said clean.
That's kind of a surprise, though, for Motel 6. Like, I figured it would be cheaper.
But we did try to get an Uber, and they drove up to us and saw we were at Motel 6, and then they immediately canceled the Uber.
No way.
And Domino's didn't want to deliver to us.
No way.
I was profiled for paying a cheaper hotel rate than the Courtyard Marriott next door.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you weren't just in an area where they have, like, really bad Uber ratings?
Nah, maybe. I mean, it was Motel 6. So Journey was in town. I went up to college to see my buddies for a Hall of Fame thing. And yeah, so I'm like, I'm not paying $400 a night. It's like the people going to see Journey, they've saved their money.
Yeah.
Like they've saved up to go see. They're a part of an economic boom that I will never experience. So they have money to go see these shows and pay outrageous hotel prices. So I'm like, Motel 6, like, let's do it. Number one, they let us check in 2 hours early, which was tight.
That's nice.
I got changed, went to the little ceremony. The room was clean. The beds were kind of stiff, which is all right because my back was kind of hurting. And it's just bare bones. I mean, we got a TV, we had a shower, 1 bar of soap. Found another bar of soap, thank God. So we could both wash ourselves. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was $124. I was like, the other hotels were $400.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing a road trip, especially, and you got to stay at multiple places.
So we go to the Hall of Fame ceremony, and it was $40 to go. So I figured that just covered, like, usually a donation's tacked onto that for when you go back to college.
Yeah.
And the food. But then I got a text like, dude, there's open bar. I'm like, let's go for $40.
Nice.
I am getting hammered while these people are crying on stage, right? It's such a small school that at one point, the bartenders had to, like, shift, and there wasn't one at the one bar. So I just made drinks for people. It was beer and wine, but I was pouring it and cutting it up a little bit.
You went behind the bar?
Yeah, it was just a cart with a tablecloth on top of it. I went to a very small school. But, like, people were just grabbing beer, so I'm like, all right, screw it. So I poured some wine for some people, some pretty ladies. And,
Isn't that
was
kind of illegal?
No, I paid $40,000 to go there. I'm going to serve effing drinks to people. Like, don't say it's like, you call me every week for donations. I'm in debt because of you. Now I don't have a job, but no, I don't. It might be a little bit illegal. But my buddy, who I hadn't seen in a while, was getting inducted, and I'm like, "Oh, what kind of food do you think they have?" He goes, I already ate." I'm like, "Yeah, but this is like 3 hours long. You're not going to have dinner?" He goes, "No, because remember, this is sub food, and like when you first get to college, you'll tear your stomach up a little bit." And I went, "Oh no, I have to be out all night." So I still ate it. It was fine. But I was a little worried after I had the chicken parm and potatoes.
Oh, no.
That my stomach was going to turn on me.
That could have been bad.
Yeah. So it's just a bunch of like 32-year-old washed up college wrestlers from Division III trying to pretend they were 21 again.
Oh.
And I woke up the next day and I felt all of 32 washed up college athletes that tried to be 21 again. It was a rough morning. But I got a nice omelet. So that's all that matters.
I don't think I could go back to college today. I mean,
was in between.
I could go back to school.
Oh, go.
I couldn't go back to college.
Like, my problem was this. I didn't want to go back and like screw with the memories that I had made
Yeah.
at the places. But I went back and everything looked the same. The only thing that was different was the bar we hung out at is a little bit smaller. They split it
Right.
and they close at 10. But when 32-year-old wrestlers are trying to drink like they're 21 again, roll up, they stayed open until 12:30. So
Yeah.
we had to find time. 12:30 was my limit anyway. But I didn't want to go back and be like, oh, like I remember this and now it's different. But the bathroom was the same at the place. They just repainted it. The bar was the same. All the houses are the same. The campus is basically the same. So I'm like, all right, good. I didn't ruin anything.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going back to like a bigger school, they change every 2 years. You're like, I don't want to see something different. I have a good memory of what went down.
So that bar you talk about that closes at 10 now.
It's like a family
Did
restaurant.
it used to be
now.
open all night?
Yeah, it was open like
Right.
2:30.
I feel like this is like an epidemic. When we were in Florida a couple weekends ago, and my stepdad and I went to the mall, we
Yeah.
got there at like 10:30. The mall,
At night?
no,
In the
the
morning.
morning. The mall
Okay.
didn't open till 11. What mall doesn't open till 11? I used to work in the mall. I had to be there at 7:30 because if you don't like lift the gate by 9, people are
Yeah,
like
well,
banging down the door.
number one, malls dead.
It's totally different now.
Dead. Like they don't have the stores.
Yeah.
People don't go to the mall. And demographics in Florida, people are doing other stuff during the morning and then they go to bed at 8:00.
It was just so strange. Like we got there, he had a lens crafters appointment. The lens crafters was in the mall,
Okay.
right? And he had to call them and they had to come let us in. And she goes, "Oh, well, we open the doors in the morning around 9 for the mall walkers."
Oh,
And
I feel like mall walking down there is an Olympic sport.
and I
Like, that's
found
their
that
thing.
so interesting that they only open the mall for the mall walkers
Makes sense.
and then they lock the doors again and then they don't open again until 11 o'clock. Like, and then they close at 7. What kind of mall hours are this?
Do they lock the mall walkers in the mall?
Yeah. Like I used to have
But
to
they let them in and they lock them in until
Yeah.
11?
No.
Oh,
Like,
that'd been funny.
no, they lock the door and then they unlock it around 9:30 so the walkers can leave.
Okay.
And then they don't open the doors again until 11. I'm like, when I worked in a mall, I was there for like 14 hours.
Yeah.
Like
How old were you when you worked at the mall?
Like 20 something,
All right, so that was
24,
20-some years ago.
25.
Malls are cooked now.
It is totally different.
It's weird. It's eerie in a
It's
dead
only
mall.
like 15 years ago, by the way.
So, but it's a weird in the mall that's dead. It's an eerie feeling.
Malls are I was walking around that mall, I didn't recognize a store name.
A lot
Like
of craft fairs too.
none
You
of
ever notice
them. Yeah, they were like all individual,
that? Yeah, little.
like
I'll tell you what, there probably was though.
independent stores.
Bath and Body Works.
There was a Bath and Body Works,
It'll never go away.
but there was like I didn't
like
see a
herpes, the mall.
Zoomies, like I didn't see a
Yeah.
Journeys or
They're
a
all separate.
PacSun.
They're all standalone stores now.
Yeah, they're all like outlet stores
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
But all these stores had unrecognizable names. It was like, I don't know. It was like City Street 21 was where you got all of like your clubbing clothes.
It's a fake
Like,
Route 21.
yeah, like all of the names were so strange. I didn't recognize a thing.
I think the Bath and Body Works is like the herpes of the mall. It'll always be open because they made so much of it.
How does that? What kind of
Like,
analogy? is
It's never going to go away. Like
Oh,
the
it's
mall will
never
be
gonna
dead.
go
There'll be
away.
nothing left in the mall, and only Bath and Body Works will be left.
That's true, and they'll still be selling like 3 for $25.
And so what I found out about Bath and Body Works is they just when they discontinue something, it's the same smell. They just rename it.
Yeah.
So people freak out about it. And there's just so much green apple
That's
scent.
a genius marketing scheme.
That's why they're always going to be open.
Yeah.
It'll be the only thing at the mall.
Because you're like, oh man, they discontinued my favorite scent. And then
Yeah.
something else comes out. They're like, this smells exactly like Moonlit Walk.
Yeah.
And then you get all excited.
It's like, I can't wait to go smell like raspberry blizzard, and then you get an Annie Ann's pretzel. Like that's the scam.
Oh, by the way,
Butter and blue raspberry.
that whole mall smelled like Annie Ann's pretzels.
They
That was the
pump the
only
smell
thing
in.
that was there that was familiar.
They pump it in, just like Cold Stone pumps it in.
So good.
They have a machine in the back. And
I was so tempted to get a pretzel.
Subways. You can just get a regular pretzel and cover it in butter. It tastes like
Oh,
Annie Ann's. But yeah, it'll always be. I went to a mall 2 weeks ago. Went to Plymouth Meeting Mall to go to Dave and Buster's, which
How is that mall?
there's nothing in it.
Oh.
There's just these weird, like animal things you can ride around on.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
kid things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're weird, but they look fun. And also, if I would have gone and done them, they would have called the police. I was waiting for my friends in there, and I was alone. I'm like watching these animal things, and the mall security stared at me. I'm like, I'm not a creeper. I'm waiting to go to Dave and Buster's.
Staring at children.
Which just somehow made that worse, saying I'm going to Dave and Buster's. Yeah, no, I'm not a mall creeper. I just was like, what the hell are these things? That was it. I don't know. All again, store names I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Bob's Boutique and,
all like new, unrecognizable. You know what was in the mall that I saw it for the first time in Florida was one of those places where you can get like the B12 shots or the vitamin
like a restore
drips.
thing.
Yeah.
We have one of those by us. I got to try it out.
Yeah.
In the outside mall. Now we just have the outside mall. That's where all the kids are. Let me tell you, the outside mall, very dangerous, though, because there's cars.
Right.
There's no cars inside the mall, right?
Yeah.
The outside malls, which we have a town center, as I like to call it, the fake downtown.
Town center.
They, ours is Providence Town Center. The kids call it PTC. I learned that the other day from a 13-year-old,
fancy,
my friend's kid. And I'm like, you gotta be head on a swivel. I drive the outside of the whole thing, so if I drive in the middle, there's too many. I will possibly strike somebody because there's so many people. That's why the mall was safer.
Yeah.
Now I have the outside mall, and I'm like, it is a war zone out here. I went into Dick's to buy something. I'm like, there's so many people. Please leave. I need to buy one thing. So I went to the mall and it was kind of dead, and went to Dave and Buster's, spent $100, got a stuffed avocado, and gave it to my friend's kid. So that's my Dave and Buster's experience. But it was fun.
You're the cookie man and the avocado man.
I know. I went out with them this weekend. The cookie man. I'm Cookie Man. But the girl calls me Cookie Man, and she kept taking pictures of me on her iPad.
Aw.
Now she has a Cookie Man.
She loves you. You're Uncle Justin.
Yeah. No, I don't think she knows my real name.
No, you're
She
just
calls
Cookie
me
Man.
Cookie Man.
Yeah.
Like her mom calls me Cookie Man. The older children
Cookie
call me
Man's
Cookie
coming
Man.
over.
Yeah.
That sounds so creepy.
Yeah, it does. I'm not really doing myself justice here.
No.
With anything I'm saying.
Stare at little children in the mall and you're the Cookie Man.
I was just like, what the heck are these things?
Hey, kids, want a cookie?
I'm going to go to Dave and Buster's. Yeah. I'm like, it's the Cookie Man.
Seems a little suspect.
If I had like a weird comb over, then I'd be creepy Cookie Man.
You have a mullet.
Yeah, that's nope, never mind. It's just somehow less terrifying, but then I'm not helping myself with anything.
This isn't going your way.
No, it's just, I'm a normal person, guys.
Don't put that on your dating app.
No, I'm the Cookie Man. I can change my name to Cookie Man on the dating
Please
app.
don't.
Dating apps are going away, though, so that's a big thing.
They're going away?
Well, like, people are over them, as am I. So.
Well, there's a lot of, like, in-person dating opportunities now. Like, we read about this. Yeah, we read about this months ago, but they're doing it in Philly now where you can do...
Oh, the Pitch a Friend.
Yeah, the PowerPoint.
Sells out, though, apparently.
Yeah.
I only trust, like, 2 people to do it for me. So
2 people to pitch you and...
Like, overall of people, because I know they have good
paint
intentions.
you in a good light.
Yeah, don't call me creepy Cookie Man who hangs out at the mall watching kids ride around. I'm like, I'm waiting for my friends. And I'm like, what the hell are these things?
I would love to pitch you to a room full of women.
You are not on the list of people I trust.
What?
No, I only trust 2 people.
Come on.
You've only known me like 2 years.
Yeah, but I think I know some of your best qualities already because we've had to dig deep.
I don't know. If you put a fake proposal
Like, if you
together,
want a man who has good taste in music,
this is true.
Can cook,
This is true.
And
this is very base level.
Is neurotic enough to keep the house clean all the time.
Oh, no, that's wrong. So you don't know me enough. I live in filth.
You got to zhuzh it up a little bit.
So you want to lie for me?
Yeah. You got to
I'm okay with you lying to people.
You got to zhuzh it.
You might be on the list. You do it. Type up a fake one, and I'll approve it.
Okay.
All right, cool. Liar, liar. We're at 25. So.
All right. So National Teacher Day is coming up. I had a 7th grade teacher who was a big Atlanta Braves fan. They were in the World Series. They lost a game. She came in super upset and just punished us all by making us write essays all day.
I had a teacher. My buddy farted in class. She told him to go check himself, and then she spread orange peels around the room to diffuse the smell. And Tiana was lying.
I was lying.
And mine is generational trauma now.
I cannot believe that's a true story, by the way.
She was a long-term sub, and we also painted rocks in that class.
She ran out of curriculum.
Nah, she was a hippie. She was like squeezing oranges. I'm like, this fart is piercing.
Oh
Now
god.
it smells like oranges and butt. Like, I don't know if I ate an orange after that.
I did have a teacher who was a diehard Atlanta Braves fan, and when the Phillies were in the World Series, she just talked a bunch of crap to us. We were 7th graders. Like, she was talking crap to us.
Yeah, but like, make the kids harder. That's what
Man, she was
make them
tough.
make them experience a little bit of trauma as a child. Makes you funny
She
when you're
did.
older.
She did. All right. Well, don't forget our text line 215-995-1139. And
I'm not creepy. Just
at
remember that,
Deanna
please.
and Justin in the morning on socials. Um, Visit our website. We've got some stuff that we like up there in the shop section. And I think that's it.
Okay, if you go to a dead mall, let us know. 'Cause I want to go
What
there
time do
too.
they open?
What time do they open and what are the store names?
Yeah.
Because if you go, I'll go too. Not with you, but like
I'll check it out.
I'll go with people so I don't look weird. That's what I'm saying.
Bye, Mayonnaise.